This is MC Sports Daily. We're driven by Woodman Nissan. Matt Pauley coming your way on a Wednesday afternoon. And if you watch MLB Network, you know about the MLB Fan Cave. That's the thing where somebody lives there throughout the entire baseball season and they watch every single baseball game that's played throughout the entire year. Celebrities stop by, baseball players stop by. There's a concert series. There's all kinds of things. Well, if you've ever wondered how that whole thing works out, going to have that answer for you right now as Dave Greenwald is set to be joined by us. When I was in my second year broadcasting professional baseball, I worked in the Independent South Coast League. I was in Albany, Georgia. The team I broadcast for was managed by former Met Wally Backman. There was a team in Port Charlotte, Florida. It was managed by Cecil Fielder, and the broadcaster for that team was Dave Greenwald, and that's where we met each other. We've known each other ever since, and he is now one of 50 finalists for the MLB Fan Cave. We talk to him right now as we go to the Which Vibe line to welcome him. Dave, how you doing?
I'm great, Matt. Thanks to be out in Colorado. I have never been to the state, but I'm glad to be on the air out there.
Well, you need to get out here. Have you ever skied in your life?
I'm not court. When I go to the ski slopes, it's mainly because I know that there's a cabin there that I can enjoy hot chocolate in. I'm not afraid to say that. So.
All right, fair enough. To be honest with you, I've lived in Colorado now for going on 3 years, and I've yet to go skiing in my life. So, I'm a Midwest guy. What can I say? So,
that's the truth.
Yeah, we're having you on today for an interesting reason, and for folks that watch a lot of the MLB Network, they know over the last couple of years that the MLB Fan Cave has existed, and it's a thing where basically an individual is chosen each year. They watch every game during the course of the baseball season. They're visited by different guests during the year, celebrities, baseball players. There's concerts that go on. There's all kinds of things, and every year it's a competition to see who is going to be the next person who mans, or I guess womans, the MLB Fan Cave. And this past week, through voting, top 50 finalists were set up for the MLB Fan Cave for this year. And Dave, you were one of these people. Can you tell me a little bit how this came to be?
Yeah, well, it's the third year of the competition this year. First year they had over 50,000 people apply and just selected two guys to do it. Last year they turned it into a Survivor style, what you kind of see this year with the top 50 two voting now. I don't know where the other two came from, but and it really was. I applied last year, and I had my mother's words in my head. Really, I'm a songwriter as well as a broadcaster, so I had her words in my head being like, "Don't be funny, write a song." So this year I decided I wrote a song about the MLB Fan Cave and why I should be in it, and why I'm the most interesting baseball fan because of that. And I found out on January 31st that I was one of the top 52. Right now it's fan voting till February 13th. People can go on to MLBFancave.com, click on my video, follow me, hashtag Dave for Cave, also hashtag Quest for 30, and go on there. And then the next cutoff is that the top 30 will move on to spring training, where they'll do individual interviews, team-building competitions, and then whittle that number down again. Last year was down to 10. I'm not sure what the number will be this year. But to those people who will get to watch all 2,430 Major League Baseball games on what's called the Cave Monster, which is just the entire wall of custom-made TVs that you can watch every single baseball game, tweet about it, blog about it, and just be one of the coolest baseball fans out there.
And we're gonna play your song coming up at the end of the interview because it's pretty creative, and it looks like I didn't watch everybody else's videos, but as you go to the press release and take note of what everybody's doing, you're the only guy holding a guitar that I can tell. So I got to commend you for the creativity and what you did.
Yeah, I mean the only musician there. I think there are three that I've been able to find other than me. One guy who plays piano who's great at it, Jared Eben. I got to give him a lot of credit. He's a phenomenal pianist. And another guy who is part of a baseball themed punk band out of Canada. So yeah, I mean for me, I play to my strength. I think that's what they want to see, you playing to your strength. If you're not a comedian, don't try and be comedic, but let everything go out there. And so that's kind of my thing. I could write, I could sing, and it may not always be in key, but it's the thing that best defines me when I'm not on the air broadcasting.
Do they know that you're a former baseball broadcaster? Was that something that you included in all the information that you give them?
Yeah, they need to. They ask you for your resume. They ask you for details about yourself. The other cool part of the application process is you had to submit an essay about a professional baseball star that you would want to interview and what you would want to do in a creative video. And for me, it was Lou Ford. Lou Ford, who is now a Baltimore Oriole. He worked his way up. He used to play for the Twins. Worked his way up through the independent leagues to get back to baseball. I knew him when he was in Long Island when I was working for the Long Island Ducks out there. And I said that because he's a Baltimore Oriole and he also used to be a Long Island Duck, since they're both birds, maybe we could go bird watching with Lou Ford and go to the Arboretum, go to the museum and the aviary and all that stuff and do bird watching with an actual bird, and then he could also get a better understanding of himself as an Oriole and talk to the Orioles bird more often.
What kind of feedback have you gotten from Major League Baseball and the people that are running the MLB Fan Cave through this entire process?
Well, most of the stuff that we get from the people at MLB is really, they want to see you being aggressive. They want to see you getting out there, trying to get your name on national media attention, local media attention, like Mr. Pauley over here is helping me out with today. But also, they don't want to see you. They want to see you be creative. So, if you could make other videos, if you could really continue to open yourself up, because you're going to be, 24/7, tweeting, blogging, on videos on their website. So they don't want a lot of camera shy people. If you can make an application video, but that's all you can do, they want to see something more. So we've been told, don't go begging for Twitter, for retweets and stuff like that. But, go out there and use what you know and use who you know, and then just try and be aggressive and creative as it goes along.
Dave Greenwald, one of the finalists to be the cave dweller in the MLB Fan Cave, continuing to join us here on MC Sports Daily. Have you gotten much national attention, whether it's via social media on your video or anything like that? What's the response been from maybe people who don't know you?
Well, the cool thing is I was able to I got a retweet from Aaron Boone, who I just briefly met one time at Yankee Stadium. I got a retweet, and I want to send a special shout-out. Carlos Silva, who's the producer and board operator for Yankees baseball for many, many years, battling through cancer. He's been great at retweeting me out, and also I've been trying to show my support for his battle with that. And just friends of mine from many years past, even on a minimal level, friends of mine who I like you and people I went to summer camp with and people I went to high school with and people I haven't spoken to in longer than 10 years have just been really nicely coming out of the woodwork and trying to just put me out there, which is a pretty amazing thing to see, that, people look at things you put online sometimes, but also that they're just, very willing to help out the cause, which I think is the other part of this. They want to see that you have a following that's not just artificial, that there are actually people who would care to see what you're putting out there and that you could bring in more people as this competition goes along.
Outside of the fact that maybe getting this would just be cool, you get to watch all the games, you're on TV, people know who you are, all that stuff that obviously goes along with this. Why else were you so interested in going for this and going for it as hard as you have?
Well, for me, it's that, as you know, Matt, it's a rough and rigor business in broadcasting, and for me, I'm always willing to try that next thing to continue to expand, my love of something, which is certainly baseball, but continue to show off what I can do, and the abilities of something like this with Major League Baseball compared to any other competition, reality show, or anything else like that. It brings a lot of things together. As I said, it marriages together, my love of sports, my love of broadcasting, and my abilities in my personal life as a songwriter, as a creative person. So, with something like this, unlike anything else that's out there, it's pretty unique, and it allows individuals like me and many of the others in this competition to really just to take that leap to try and see if this could be that final springboard to where they eventually want to go.
Continue to be joined by Dave Greenwald, who's one of the finalists to be part of the MLB Fan Cave this upcoming year. All right, so if people want to see your video, if people want to put in a vote for you, any sort of things like that, what do they need to do?
Well, they got to go to MLBFancave.com. There's a tab at the top that says vote. Look for me at David Greenwald is my candidacy name. Watch the video. You can also follow me on Twitter at DaveG Broadcast, and make sure you keep following the hashtag Dave for Cave Quest for 30. And really, it's just that simple. You can vote as often as you want. Share the link with anybody you want. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. And the cool thing is that the voting continues through February 13th. So vote early, vote often, vote a million times a day. As long as you're voting, the voting is only part of it. It's not the whole thing, but it certainly does help.
And you said the next step after this is going down to 30, and at that point, everybody goes to spring training and does little competitions against each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of great videos if you go to MLBFancave.com of like some of the stuff they did last year. Matt Vasgersian hosted a Baseball IQ, which is a show he has on the MLB Network, where people had to do random things like what was the name of the bat in the natural, different things, and then kind of like one-on-one them getting to know you as a person, because obviously this is there's no interaction at this present time with MLB and the people running the competition, so that's the first time you really get to meet them and they get to meet you on a one-to-one basis. So the hope is one step at a time, so it's the quest for 30 and trying to get down to spring training this year.
All right, we will, but before we let you go, and folks can go hear and see what I'm about to play again and again if they want with your video at MLBFancave.com. But let's listen in right now to the song that you put together that puts you in the position you're in right now.
There is a place in New York City, right at the corner of Broadway and 4th, where you can show all of your love and your pride for America's pastime and favorite sport. There are bands that rock out, stars of the screen, stop in to take pictures and just shoot the breeze. A statue of Willie greets you at the door. All the games we've watched tick off the scoreboard. The cave monster is filled with so many screens, a wall of baseballs signed at the seams. New changes galore for 2013. All this cave needs now is someone like me. Put me in the fan cave, I'll get to wear my jerseys and hats Tweedledee. Never was good at Little League ball, now I found my place. Stepping up to bat with my Apple Mac to tweet about a great play. My name is Dave and that rhymes with cave. My destiny's already been written. On opening day 2013, you know where I'll be sitting. In the fan cave, in the fan cave. That's D-A-V-E for the C-A-V-E. D-A-V-E for the C-A-V-E. Dave for the cave. Dave for the cave. Dave for the cave.
All right, Dave, I got to admit, that's pretty good. How long did it take you to come up with that and write that and everything?
It took me, oddly enough, probably about a day. I started out writing something completely different. I hated it, and the lyrics just didn't work, and then it just kind of came out of me. That, unfortunately, unlike my broadcasting, my songwriting comes in spurts in a way that when it flows, and it just kind of happened to come out with rhyming. I'm actually working on one other video that I'm going to post on my YouTube channel, which is Grizzy Grizz, GRIZZY, and I'm going to put up it there. I'm just waiting for permission because it's a type of it uses a song from a major artist, but it's a song that pays tribute to a great and hopefully future Hall of Famer in Tim Raines, who is my manager also in another independent league. So I hope to be putting that up within the next day or so.
Now, I gotta ask you, how many takes did you do before you found the video that you were good with?
It actually, the way I did it, and I won't, I'm not afraid to give away my secret. I actually recorded the audio and made it a true music video. I recorded the audio first. I then had to videotape myself with the audio background, and then it went from there because it didn't come out as good going live on the video. So
you lip synced it.
I was a VH1 star. I felt like
So you lip synced it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, it's a video, so you can lip sync on a video. Milli Vanilli just lip synced in person. So, that's never been the controversy for music video. They always lip sync on music videos.
Just don't go sing the national anthem at the inauguration, all right?
I will try not to. If I do, I'll sing this song at the inauguration instead.
All right, very good. Dave, one more time, how can people vote for you?
Again, at Dave G Broadcast, follow me on Twitter. Go to MLB.com, click on the vote tab at the top. Vote as many times as you want a day, as many times as you want until February 13th. For David Greenwald, Dave for the Cave, MLB Fan Cave 2013.
It was great to catch up with you. Hopefully our paths cross at some point in the near future. And best of luck. And we might just have to get you if you get to that 30 and they allow you to talk to us during the course of spring training when you're going through everything. We might just have to have you on again at that point.
And I'll book that one-way ticket out to Colorado. We'll go skiing finally.
Sounds perfect. We both can learn at the same time.
Thanks a lot, Matt.
You bet, Dave. Thanks. That was Dave Greenwald, and he might be the next guy that you see on the MLB Fan Cave, which would be obviously an awesome opportunity for him, and I hope the best for him. When we come back, Taylor Brookheis yesterday did an interview on National Sports Radio, on CBS Sports Radio, with Scott Farrell and Farrell on the bench. If you missed it last night in the 10 o'clock hour, don't worry. You're going to hear it next here on AM 1300, The Animal.